So you're thinking about making a move out here to St. George, but you've heard that there may be some disadvantages of why you may want to avoid St. George. So I am so glad you are here watching this video, because honestly, these 5 things may be a total deal breaker for you if you really are thinking about making a move here and you're going, oh, well, I can't handle this or this or this. Know these things first. Let's hop into it right now. Mariah K here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in Utah, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living in the St. George, Utah area. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below. Make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you're notified every week I drop a new video. We are people like you who are looking to make a move, who are looking to buy, sell a property here in Utah, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and my team and I would absolutely love to help you out. So you may want to avoid moving here to St. George if you cannot handle these 5 things. Number 1 is the extreme heat. Yes, now I know a lot of people actually love moving here to Utah, and specifically St. George, for the weather. Yes, many people move here for the weather because they may have been living in California or in northern Utah, up more Salt Lake City, and they're like, we're done with the snow. We are done with, having really a long winter. Well, here in St. George, you are going to have a very mild winter, usually a pretty mild fall and a mild spring. But St. George in the summertime is extremely hot. Yes, you're gonna see that extreme heat here in Utah, and specifically here in St. George, because it is dry, it is a desert, it is going to feel, it's hot, but honestly, I've had people that have relocated here and they're like, actually, Mariah, the summer here compared to a Texas summer or some of these, Midwest or East Coast summers is actually very different. Yes, it's very hot, but because of the climate here in St. George, it's hot, but it's a dry hot. And everybody here in Utah is always like, oh, it's a dry hot. So you don't have a lot of that humidity. So you're not going, it's hot, but it may not feel as hot simply because of that dry heat. So number 1 is that extreme heat that you will experience here in the summertime. Again, for some people, they're like, I want to be out hiking and biking and doing all those things all day long, and I don't want to have to wait until, nighttime or early in the morning. But many residents here, they want to be outside. They do a lot of those things early in the morning to avoid that extreme heat during the day. Number 2, St. George is known more as being a retirement community. Yes, it is known for being more of a retirement community. Yes, you're still going to see lots of families moving in here and all of that, but it is more known for being more retirement, which means a little bit slower pace, which means you're going to see there's a lot more golf courses. You're going to see different things like that. And for some, they're like, give me this all day long. I want a slower pace of life. I want things to just kind of, move along a little bit slower. If that is you, great. Then St. George might be a perfect fit for you. You're also going to see here, it is more of a homogeneous population. You're going to see a lot of people with similar cultures, similar religious beliefs here as well, which again, there is definitely diversity, but you're going to see more of that here. Which, moving right along to the next one, if there is a strong sense of community. For some people, they're like, yes, Lord, the stronger the better, I'm here for that. For other people, they're like, you know what, I just kind of want to stay and do my own thing. But here in St. George, you are going to notice that people come out to support other people constantly, which kind of goes along with that cultural, religious influence that you're going to see here from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You will definitely notice that. You'll feel that a lot here because the predominant religion here is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Again, there is diversity, but you will definitely notice that sense of culture, and you will notice that sense of community as well. Next on the list of why you may want to avoid St. George is the limited water. Yes, the limited water here in St. George over the last few years. This year, we got a lot more water, which is so great, but we have been in a drought here in Utah for a very long time. And because of that and how dry and hot St. George really gets, what the city has started to do is have really strict water schedules. So there are certain days, certain times that you can water and certain that you cannot. I know a lot of other places have implemented and adopted these procedures too. But just know that if you're thinking, okay, I've got this, giant acre and I want to make sure every single piece of grass on this is green and I've got it watered, you're going to see a lot of more dry, eco-friendly landscape here in St. George simply because of the watering restrictions. Number 4, because St. George attracts so many different people, especially because of the weather that, most of the year, it attracts a ton of tourists. Yes, so St. George is a real big tourist hub there is ToolCon here, which brings in all sorts of plays and performances and concerts. You've got different festivals, music festivals. You've got different running races, biking races, Ironmans, the Huntsman Games. A lot of different activities are happening right here in St. George. So because of that, you have a huge influx of people on a lot of different weekends. There's something called the St. George Area Parade of Homes that's here that brings in thousands and thousands of people from all over the place here too. So you just have, it's a big touristy place. So that is something to keep in mind as well. And then last but not least is the limited transportation. Yes, the limited transportation, most people get around here by bike, by car, by walking, by really, motorcycle, but primarily modes of transportation are cars here. And simply because it's a small town, yes, there's a bus system, but it's very limited and you're not going to see a train going from here to Las Vegas or anything like that. So really that limited transportation and the proximity to get to an international airport for some is a deal breaker. If they're like, hey, you know what? I travel internationally for work and the nearest airport is an hour and 25 minutes to Las Vegas, and that's going to be south. The next one is the Salt Lake International Airport, and that's 3.5, almost 4 hours north to Salt Lake City. St. George does have its own airport, and it does take flights to St. George. Or St. George to Las Vegas, here to Salt Lake City. So just kind of know some of those things, that extreme heat, the limited transportation, the watering schedule, the cultural and all of that kind of goes along here, and then that location and proximity. And if none of those are deal breakers for you, you're thinking, sign me up. I love the, strong family friendly. I love the community sense. I love, I don't need to travel internationally. I don't need to go, or an hour and a half is not a big deal. Great. St. George may be a fabulous fit for you. And if you are thinking about making a move or relocating out here, my team and I help and hear from people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and my team and I would love to help you out. Take care and wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.